Happy New Year, everyone. Welcome to a special edition of the Vegan World 2026 Moonshot podcast. And today we are introducing the Million Vegan Grandmothers and their Rainbow Food and Rainbow People program. And here to introduce that is Tami Hay, the founder of the Million Vegan Grandmothers. So, Tami, take it over. Tell us what we need to be doing. How can we serve you? And what should we be doing?
Thank you, Sailesh. Well, today we're going to present on our red chakra, our root grounding food. And I'm asking everyone this year if they could go onto commonhealers.org and join the Vegan Grandmothers. There's a Vegan Grandmother site to join. It's not just for the grandmothers, but anyone vegan in presence and heart coming together to support the grandmothers, the vegan children, our children, the vegan grandmothers. And together this year, we're going to feed the people. Food is not a privilege, it's a right. And then we bring it one step further. So as I take a nice deep breath, I give thanks that I get to choose what's on my plate today. Thanks for that. So the next 7 days of nourishment is in conjunction with the 7daysofrest.org with Dr. Shelley Ostroff and Jan Golding. It's a beautiful offering. And the premises of it is that until we can offer to ourselves, until we can nourish ourselves, we go out into the world quite depleted and often ungrounded. So we're going to spend these first 7 days of the new year really nourishing ourselves. We're going to go through our chakras. We're going to go through the presence of living food and food made easy. That's my passion. I hear a lot of blockages with people, like, that order out a lot or they think food needs to take a long time to prepare. And I'm here to give you an alternative. So we could do it consciously and efficiently if our life is full of beautiful, glorious offerings. So thank you, Sailesh.
So I'm going to add Jamen to the stream. So Happy New Year, Jamen. What is your vision for what we want to do this year?
Beautiful. Thank you, Sailesh and Tami. And Happy New Year to all. My vision for this year, the number one priority is that we feed everyone, that we make nutritious, delicious plant-based foods freely available to everyone, all people, all around the world, as a basic human right. And we're starting in Los Angeles in 3 weeks on Saturday, September 22nd. We're not starting, but that's our next big milestone is we're going to have a big event. Sailesh, you're going to be there. Tami, you're welcome to be there. Everyone is welcome.
January 22nd?
January 22nd. In Los Angeles. We'll have more information up on radish.org. You can follow it there, and also on foodhealers.org, which we co-created together. Sailesh, you and I and Sarah. So foodhealers.org will be where you can get all the information. And with that, we're launching both a political campaign and a movement in Los Angeles to feed everyone in Los Angeles plant-based foods, literally. And that's going to be the centerpiece of the 2022 political campaigns for city council and mayor in Los Angeles. We're going to make it a really big deal. We're going to put it right on the forefront. And the world will see that if we can feed everyone in Los Angeles, why can't we do it in Chicago, New York, New Delhi, Mumbai, Shanghai, you name the city. And we're going to start a global movement to feed everyone plant-based foods, which is the fastest way to get the world to go plant-based as a whole. Thank you.
Thank you, Jamen. And to bless us all and to inaugurate this and get us going with the right grounding, we have Brother Phil. Please, Brother Phil, bless us.
First of all, I want to extend my really heartfelt thanksgiving to you, brother Sailesh, for your support of our Indigenous people in the Southwest and your gracious sharing of plant-based food during this time of great challenge that we're in. I want to thank you so much. And I'm going to go ahead and, if I may, give a prayer here for this year we're coming into, this year of 2022. Wotan Kashla Wakantaga, Creator of the universe, most beloved one, all powerful one, most kind one, most compassionate one, ever forgiving one, most precious one, O ancient of days, O blessed beauty, O ancient path. We open our hearts and minds this beautiful beginning of 2022 and invite your holy power to transform our minds, our hearts, our feelings, our vision, our understanding, so we might truly understand the prior unity and oneness of our human family and all life, and the spiritual reality, the hurt of one is the hurt of all, and the honor of one is the honor of all. And Creator of all good things, we just really ask this day that we as a human family might find a way so that every member of our human family has clean water to drink, has good food to eat. Especially, we understand and know very clearly that the only way for humanity to all have food to eat is for us all as a human family to move towards a plant-based vegan diet. We know even our ancient prophecies promise in the future that we'll even come to a place where through herbs and the use of heat and cold and other ancient ways, we'll be able to heal because we'll be able to eat the foods that we need to eat. We'll be able to get the exercise we need to get. We'll be able to get the sleep. So we ask we have sleep, good sleep this year. We just ask your blessing for all the tribes of the nations of the east, from where comes the red sunrise. They might have a most beauteous year. All our relatives, every member of the human family, that war might cease among all the tribes and nations of the east, and to the south, from where comes new life. All our relatives to the south, especially those relatives this morning that are waking up, they don't have enough food to eat or water to drink. We ask your blessings and our compassion for those relatives. And to the west, from where comes thunder, lightning, and rain, we ask those spiritual powers of thunder, lightning, and rain might awaken our hearts and minds, and all the tribes and nations to the west might awaken and have good food to eat this year, water to drink, but most of all, peace. For that is what is the foundation is going to change this world, is truly understanding that the hurt of one is the hurt of all, and we are all members of one human family. We give thanksgiving to all the tribes and nations of the north, from where comes the white snow. The purifying north winds might purify our hearts and minds, so only kindness, compassion, forgiveness might enter there. We just give thanksgiving to Father Sky and Mother Earth, and we especially ask that those balancing, especially of the male and female dimensions of life, might become balanced. Especially want to pray for the grandmothers, the vegan grandmothers, for all womankind, that the abuse of women upon this Mother Earth may end forever. The abuse of any human being, any child, anyone might end forever. And again, giving thanksgiving to our parents for giving us life. If that's all they gave us, we give thanksgiving. I want to conclude with this prayer for the unity. Oh my God, unite the hearts of thy servants and reveal unto them thy great purpose. May they follow thy commandments and abide in thy law. Help them, O God, in their endeavor, and grant them strength to serve thee. O God, leave them not to themselves, but guide their steps, the light of knowledge, and share their hearts by thy love. Verily, thou art their helper and their Lord. And I also want to give a great thanksgiving to Supreme Master Xinghai, who's been so supportive to people everywhere on Mother Earth to help them find this peaceful path, this peaceful vegan path, this peaceful path that respects all life. Haoli mi chante washte alo, shinkmano hemeado, chinimpasaba hemeado, haoli mi chante washte. Aho. Thank you so much. I'm looking forward to hearing more. May we have the greatest year ever. May 2022 be our greatest year ever, individually and as a human family. Haoli mi chante washte. Aho.
Aho.
Uh-huh.
Thank you so much. That's so touching. That was so inspiring, Brother Phil. We begin today with the red colored chakra, and Tami is going to show us, and the million vegan grandmothers are going to show us over the next 7 days how to cook the rainbow colors. So this way we all have healthy, nutritious food available to us at all times. All we have to do is to make sure that we have all the colors in the food that we eat.
By the way, I want to share that Tami, my wife, we already made that first recipe. We already ate that yesterday. And so we've got all the recipes, and my wife is we're doing it together. Mm-hmm. And so we're looking forward to it. We're taking this to heart, these 7 days of rest in your food.
Thank you. Thank you. And the recipes can be found on a document and yes. A beautiful PDF in Rainbow Food, Rainbow People. And your lovely wife partner, I hope that she's joined the Million Vegan Grandmothers. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Our vision is by the time the end of the month rolls around, when we go into our convergence, our vegan COP summit, that we will have a minimum of 1,000 grandmothers join. So that is our vision. So if you can hold the vision for us. Yeah. And thank you. Thank you. That was a beautiful invocation. I feel very honored to be here right now with you three heart-centered, sacred men and spiritual warriors that are going to bring in this new year. Yeah. Thank you. So here we go. I'm just going to talk a little bit about food and the power of food first. I got my nice red plate here. And just the sacred geometry in food and the presence of food. So today we're going to go with the beet. This is a beet from my garden. It's one of my last beets left from my garden because we harvest quite early here in Canada. I wash the root too, and I keep the root in my food. We're rooting down into the earth. We're eating grounding food. In the winter, the root food lasts usually all winter if our gardens are large enough. Potatoes have sustained many cultures. Beets offer us that deep nourishment of the grounding into the root. Often we cut off. Here's where the stems join, the green stems. I want that memory in my food. I want us all to be invited to keep the memory in our food and not think this is waste. This is waste. What is waste, really? But what maybe we've been demonstrating. And I just want to take this tomato and just look at the life in here. Look at the life when we eat things living. It's important to eat some living food throughout the day. Not cook everything. And see the droplets. Same with this lemon. We're going to make a pomegranate beet lemon water. You see the droplets of the rain, the droplets of the water in a lemon. We lose a lot of the water, the structured water in food if we cook it, and it's nice to have the balance between living food. A beautiful sacred friend of mine just went out and foraged some rose hips for me. I love foraging food, and I think that's a really ancient memory that we need to ignite this year. We need to ignite in everyone the ability to forage for a lot of your foods. Rose hips have one of the highest concentration of vitamin C. And the rose petals, give an offering. Chief Phil, brother, can tell us a little bit about the importance of offering to the earth when we take from the earth. I think that's a practice that would be really wise for us to implement this year. I'm really excited about this morning. We're going to start out by making a chakra infused water. And the reason why I infuse my water in the morning is because it has the memory. So all of this living food has a memory of what it's like to be completely structured. So here's some pomegranate. They're in season right now. I can have pomegranates here. And I'm going to take 2 halves of lemon, but a quarter would be fine. And I'm going to put raw beet in my infused water. We're going to make a nice red infused water. We're keeping the root on. And a liter of water or a quart of water, depending on where you are. And I'm going to blend this. I'm going to blend this and I'm going to strain it. And the reason why we strain our pulp in the morning is the first couple hours, we really want the body to just detoxify. We're in the greatest detoxification state till about 11 o'clock. And so we want to allow the body to detox and not have to break down fiber. But we're going to take this fiber in here. And we're going to use it right away for the next dish we're making. So here we go. I'm going to do my blending. Isn't this beautiful? Doesn't it make you happy to just do it? This makes me really happy to look at it. Oh, and strain it. I store everything in 1 liter jars or half liter or half quart or quart jars. I'm in Canada, so most of the country uses metric. Oh, and this will be my liquid love for the first couple hours. I'll have a glass of water when I first wake up, maybe with a bit of lemon in. But often I'll go right to this, whatever color therapy I'm needing that day. Isn't this beautiful? Oh, it's like this most magnificent lemonade, beet and pomegranate and lemon. And after you drink this, you're going to want to do the happy dance. And you're going to have so much energy. So such a different type of energy than coffee. I'm not saying, don't drink coffee. I kind of have this love-hate relationship with coffee. But I'm saying begin your day with hydration, and then you add the element of color therapy on here. And today we're rooting down into the earth. We're rooting down into the earth and allowing ourselves to remember the beat of the earth and the blood of the earth and the blood of ourselves, and our sacred connection to all of our tribal ancestors, because we're all relatives. So I'm going to take this pulp right here with this. And I'm going to add it right back to my blender. So no waste. This will be my first couple hours of detoxification. And then sometimes I'll make a smoothie right after. I could use this to make a smoothie. Today what we're going to do with this is we're going to make a really, really thick beet soup. So I've roasted some beet and some red potato from my garden. And I'm taking half of what I roasted and I'm making a gorge. And I'm taking half of what I roasted and I'm making my daughter's favorite and fresh basil salad. Oh, I wish you could smell this fresh basil. And I love teaching people in the winter how to do jar spreading, so we're going to do that. We're going to do that this week. So I have my pulp. I'm adding about 2 cups of some steamed vegetables. And I'm adding some beet in there to get that nice happy beet color. You can add a bit of onion and garlic if you're not on a sattvic diet. So I studied with a sattvic teacher, Dr. Gabriele, and I didn't use any onions and garlic. So a sattvic diet is usually eating some of the Buddhist traditions and some of the yogic traditions. They don't eat onions, garlic, leeks, and really spicy food that they say overstimulates, that interferes with meditation between the right and left hemisphere of the brain. But today we're going to add a little bit of onion and garlic, and it's optional. The one thing that I'm really passionate about teaching food is that we don't have to rely on onions and garlic to flavor everything. Let's use the herbs. as Brother Bill said, let's use the herbs of the earth that we've often forgotten. Let's use the forage food. What would it be like when I make sauerkraut? I often add 3 or 4 of my rose hips, because then the memory of the rose hip is in my sauerkraut. And it also has the Lactobacillus plantarum. It's a natural, really healthy bacteria that's on the vegetables growing wild and the food that's growing wild in our universe. So I added a little piece of onion and garlic. I'm going to add some celery to this. And I really love a nice heaping tablespoon of basil in my soup and herbs. So this is some smoked paprika. You can have whatever your body's calling. After you have become so acquainted and so passionately involved with your food, you'll know which herbs you want to add. You don't have to go by recipes. It's like, okay, smoked paprika today. I usually always add quite a bit of Italian seasoning. I buy my spices non-radiated. The majority of the spices and herbs you get from the store, they have no medicine left in them, and they radiate them. So find a clean source. I'll grow lots of your-own and dry them. Okay? Yeah. I'm going to add some Italian seasoning, because every herb in the Italian seasoning is antibacterial. I really love and enjoy a barley miso. So I'm going to add a heaping tablespoon of barley miso. If you want this to be warm immediately, you can add warm or almost hot water. They often teach in the Vitamix machines to do that. I don't like, because it's still plastic and they say it's safe, I still don't like to add the hot water. I would rather add the room temperature water in here. I'm going to add a liter of room temperature water, and I'm just going to pulse it in that so that the beets are nice and chunky, and I have a really, really lovely red beet borscht. And that's how quickly you can make this borscht, rather than fiddle around and people are peeling their beets. I don't peel my beets, I wash my beets. And I got some of my love water. It's structured water. I put it through a structured machine. I give it some messages, and I often play at 5 to 8 hertz music for about an hour. So I'm going to add a liter of that. And I'm just going to pulse and make a little bit of soup. If you want it thicker, add way less. Just add a couple cups. Okay? There we go. And then you can just heat it from here. Often people do borscht at room temperature. It's a little chunkier. Good to see it there. There we go. My wooden spoon. If you have never eaten with wooden spoons, please try it. It is such a different experience than having metal in your mouth. I love to just add the raw vegetables in there, because then you have some living food. Great. And on to the next thing. And this is how quickly we can make our food for the entire day. So I have my roasted beet and potatoes, not peeled, just washed. Okay. I'm adding some cucumbers, some cucumbers here, and some, I'll put them all in the bowl. I have some fresh basil. Most herbs are very, very easy to make and grow inside your home during the winter. They just need a little bit of light, a little bit of love. So I have a cup of cut cucumber and celery and a little bit of onion in there, and lots and lots and lots of fresh basil. It's really lovely to use herbs as a way of flavoring things and raw herbs, because they're so medicinal, as opposed to always just relying on onions and garlic. I'm not anti-onions and garlic. I'm just saying that there's an option. And I'm just going to squeeze some lemon. This lemon has a bit of seed. I don't mind lemon seed, but if it bothers you, then you can pick it out. And the potatoes are really lovely and creamy within themselves once they're mashed slightly. And I do use a little bit of apple cider vinegar. So I'm going to add a little bit of apple cider vinegar that I infused with a bunch of herbs into my salad. And here we go, about 2 tablespoons. My girlfriend bought me this really neat little avocado. She always sees me mashing my avocados with a fork. And she bought me this avocado masher. But I also like it for a potato masher. And the more you cream your potatoes in your salad, the creamier your salad becomes. You don't need to always rely on oil, bottled oil, to cream your food. Use your food to cream it itself. Or you can make a nice avocado dressing with this. That would be as simple as half a lemon and a half an avocado and maybe whatever herbs you want. And you can just pour that right on this salad if you want a little bit of a creamier potato beet salad with fresh basil. There we go. One of two, everyone. Thank you for letting me demo for you some red chocolate food.
Thank you. I know Gabriele is here, but I don't see her video. Let me see.
Oh, here I am.
Oh, hi, Gabriele.
Hi.
Gabriele is another of the Million Vegan Grandmothers. And so would you like to add anything, Gabriele, to what Tami just said?
No, it looks wonderful. The audio was not totally clear, so I hope the recipe is somewhere on the website. Is it? Okay, great.
It's on the Facebook group, right? Yeah.
Our Facebook group. If you haven't joined yet, Gabriele, it's Rainbow Food, Rainbow People. And also on the 7daysofrest.org. And where else will they be able to find these recipes in the future, Sailesh?
We'll post it on the Million Vegan Grandmothers page.
Great.
So
yeah,
here's the
looks
Facebook
really
group.
lovely. Thank you very much, Tami. Jamen and Sailesh, Brother Phil. I love that invocation. It was beautiful. Thank you so much.
Yeah, that's a beautiful start to the year. So thank you so much.
One of the visions that Sailesh had and is working on, because we can't keep track of how many visions that Sailesh is working with right now at the same time. With the pinky promise to his granddaughter, I think that's going to be tomorrow. These visions, one of them was a vegan academy, a climate healers vegan academy. And so maybe this will be a 7-day vegan academy program along with, I do have quite a few PDFs of books that I've spent a lot of time together. I'd just like to share this one. This is kind of the cover of our document that Sailesh put on. But this was one of my documents. It was an ebook that I did for my Sattva community. And I'm hoping that my Sattva teacher, who may be one of our presenters, one of the people that join us on the 6th of this, I put this together and I gave it to a friend of mine, and he sent it off to a place called Hillside Animal Sanctuary because they always wanted to do a food book. And they used my book as a fundraiser and sold quite a few copies. So there's all kinds of ways that we can connect and develop our food sharing. And the other thing I would really like to invite people to do is to seed save and seed share. I had a lot of seeds from my garden this year and a lot of sprouts. I've saved my potatoes and they're happily sprouting and going to be ready for spring, the end of April, to put back in the earth. And so please seed save and seed share so that we're not going to be at all controlled by mass genetically modified controlled seed. Seeds are life, people. So you don't want to buy things that are seedless. The one last thing I wanted to show here is I did have some pomegranates cleaned to top the salad with some fresh basil. So make food beautiful and serve with love and consciousness. And the last thing I would like to share is that when you put your food in front of you before you prepare, say thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Remember to forage, remember to bless. And I would really appreciate if Brother Phil could talk a little bit about giving an offering to the earth whenever we remove something from the earth.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, it's always a tradition. In fact, we find it all over the world of indigenous people and members of our human family, because we're all really indigenous people on Mother Earth, where whenever you take anything, and this included in the past in relationship to animals, when an animal's life was taken as well. This is why this is so shameful how they're treating our animal relatives. If you think about the love and respect that we know and have for animal people. But whenever you take something from the earth, make a little offering back. You know, of course, one of the things that's used traditionally is tobacco, just plain tobacco, but you could also use cornmeal or anything, but a prayer and say, thank you for this beautiful gift from Mother Earth, from our Creator, to help us to be healthy and strong. So that's what that's about. It's about giving thanksgiving. It's about living a life of gratitude. Gratitude for being given life, first of all, and having this life, no matter what might happen. It's giving thanksgiving for that which nourishes us, for that which, including what we drink, the water we drink, anything that we take from the world, we want to give thanksgiving. And that's what that's about.
You're muted, Sailesh.
Yeah, beautiful. Thank you so much, Tami, for this offering. And thank you so much, Brother Phil, for bringing us in and taking us out. So thank you so much for this. It's such a wonderful start to the year. And I know we have a lot of work to do. With Jamen and I are engineers, so we are here to serve you to make this happen. So with that, I'm going to end this broadcast.